The name Kris Tyson should be familiar to each and every one of you at this point. In case you are unaware of it yet, let us provide you with a brief overview. As it turns out, MrBeast is an old friend of Kris Tyson, who has been engaged in a number of severe assertions that have had an impact on MrBeast. Kris had a reputation for being humorous, but matters took an unexpected turn for the worse when it came to light that he had promoted paintings that were both improper and unlawful. The artwork in doubt was made by a creator named Shadman. Kris was really in favor of this artist's actions, which included drawing frightening paintings that depicted children in adult settings. Kris initially rejected the allegations, but then issued an apology, which many people regarded as a confession of guilt. The backlash continued to grow, considering that MrBeast and the target were close pals and had even stayed together at some point. This situation gave rise to suspicions regarding MrBeast's role. Individuals began to doubt the persona of MrBeast and whether or not he was aware of the actions that Kris had taken. In response, MrBeast terminated Kris's position and hired an investigation. Yet, there remained some fans who found the situation uncertain. Adding fuel to the flames, they brought up old videos of MrBeast cracking racy jokes, which they called out. MrBeast is also being accused of other things, including the fabrication of films, the operation of illicit lotteries, and the sale of unsafe goods while pretending that they were good. Not only that, but there are also reports that MrBeast was active in a Discord channel where Kris engaged in unacceptable conduct with kids. The anger that this has produced has been tremendous, and many people are asking whether or not MrBeast is as honest as he pretends to be. When it comes to MrBeast's channel, Kris Tyson was someone who collaborated for or with him. Since all of the allegations have been provided, we have even gained more information. A number of tweets were sent out by him throughout the year 2017, which you might not be aware of. He has never publicly apologized to Muslims or changed these horrible remarks. Even though this happened in 2017, which is a long time ago, it doesn't matter what it is. Poking ridicule of someone's religious beliefs is a really low-minded thing to do. For the Muslim society, his tweet was extremely upsetting. But what gave him the idea that it was acceptable to post it? Instead of referring to political problems, wars fought in the Middle East by the West, or philosophies that promote hatred, he was only implying that Islam was the root cause of everything. However, let's just put the burden on religion, shall we? If there was someone else who made fun of your religion, what would be your response to that, Kris? What happened at an Ariana Grande concert? Not only this, but right after this, we find him tweeting about the events that took place at the Ariana Grande performance 4 years ago. At this point in time, rather than expressing compassion or engaging in introspection, Kris took use of the chance to bring down an entire religion. Thus, he totally rejects Islam and Muslims in the very unfunny tweet in which he claims Islam refuses to embrace anything. An extremely angry tweet against a religion that is also hateful. What is this? Not only were these statements severe, but they were also highly insulting to quite a lot of people all around the entire globe. One of the things that makes this tweet extra concerning is the obvious conflict that it contains. Kris is dismissive of Islam for its lack of acceptance, but at the same time, he utterly disregards a whole religion and the people who adhere to it. His portrayal of Islam is wide and unfavorable, and he fails to take into account the variety and intricacy of the religion's more than 1 billion believers. There is no explanation or solution to this tactic for employing hate to battle what he considers to be hate. In its place, it just serves to further divide people and spread hate. In addition to being unfair, it is damaging to blame an entire group solely on the conduct of a small number of individuals. To the best of our knowledge, we would be delighted to provide Kris, who holds such a mindset, with information regarding the genuine beliefs of Islam. Is Kris a racist? Yes, he is a big one. He just openly gives his opinion on everything without thinking about the consequences. It's not like he speaks truth or something. He talks creepily. Do you know about Sunny V2's video? Approximately 1 year ago, a YouTuber by the name of Sunny V2 uploaded a video in which he discussed Kris Tyson, who has just begun recognizing herself as a female. It was mentioned by Sunny V2 that the shift that Kris was going through could potentially pose issues for MrBeast's reputation. Kris was actually behaving weird, and her tweets were so awful. Maybe it was the time she was planning on going for hormonal therapy. And are you going to believe? MrBeast voiced his outrage by tweeting about Kris in light of the situation. We applaud MrBeast for standing up for his friend against transphobia. On the other hand, this brings up an important point. Why did he not respond to Kris's words that were hateful toward Muslims in 2017? During that same period, Kris sent some offensive tweets on Islam. Yet, MrBeast did not issue a public rebuke, apologize, or engage in open discussion regarding the matter. When MrBeast is eager to point out one sort of bigotry, but not another, some people have begun to wonder why he is so silent about it. That MrBeast is not liable for Kris's conduct or decisions is something that we are aware of. On the other hand, consistency is important when it pertains to pointing out risky behavior. If MrBeast is outspoken in his opposition to transphobia, then it is fair to inquire as to why he did not voice his opposition to the Islamophobia that his friend showed in earlier times. We shouldn't put undue pressure on MrBeast by having unrealistic expectations of him. By assisting those who are in need and making use of his position to bring about positive change, he has accomplished a great deal of beneficial things through his efforts. According to a number of people, the total contributions made by MrBeast ought to be appreciated and should not be concealed by this matter. People have begun to expose him as well, however. As of late, when Kris Tyson was brought to light, everything started. Now, however, it is MrBeast who offers the response that everyone has been expecting. If he fails to address the most important points, then people will not be willing to buy it. There are around 300 million people who are influenced by MrBeast. In essence, he is a representative of a whole age, and we have a responsibility to ensure that the top guy is clean. At long last, we are unable to validate some of this, but it is necessary that people are aware of this circumstance. That was all for this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section about this. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you never miss a beat.